What's up, my fellow YouTubers? So today I figured I'd talk about what's the best credit card to get after a bankruptcy to start building up your credit. For me, it was Capital One, and for a lot of multi reasons. I think the main reason is that every time, like if you have a dispute with another creditor, that scammer or something like that, they're very good at catching them. Like, for example, when I first got my card, I wanted to resubscribe to Netflix. And what happened was um, I thought I was filling out an application for Netflix because I hadn't um, gotten them for a while, over a year. So, like, after a while, when you've not subscribed to Netflix, they'll completely wipe out your account. You have to start over. So you have to go through your likes again. Like, for me, it was Dexter, it was action movies, whatever. You have to go through all that again, but you also have to resubscribe, fill out your info. So what happened was I was on Netflix's site, and another site took me to their site. So I thought I was filling out my info for Netflix, and it was a totally different site trying to get my info. And by the time I realized that it wasn't Netflix, and I clicked send, it said, "Oh, you have approved $49.95 from this company." I was like, "No, no, no, no! It was Netflix I wanted, not this." And right away, I got a message from Capital One. "Was this you? Did you consent to this?" And I said, "Oh, wow, yes and no." Because I did, but I didn't think it was Netflix. So what happened was I clicked no, and they said, "Oh, we're going to freeze your card. We're going to send you a new card." And I got on the line with them, and I explained what happened. And I also explained they never sent me an email to unsubscribe or redo what they did. And I forget the name of who they even were, but they told me I'm not the first person to have this happen to them. It was, they tricked me. You know what I mean? They use sites like Netflix or Paramount Plus to swerve away and think that you're subscribing to them when you're subscribing to somebody else. And they took care of it for me, and they were a pain in the ass. They kept on trying to charge my card, and Capital One actually would go to them and say, "No, you can't do this." And eventually they got it for me. But see, if it was a regular debit card or something like that, I would have had a harder time doing that. You know what I mean? Especially them being persistent. So that's why, for me, like, after filing bankruptcy, the best card for me was Capital One, and that's one of the reasons. And then the other reason is that they're just good in general. They understand that you've been through tough times, that everybody at some point in their life probably does file bankruptcy, and they're forgiving, and they'll actually give you another chance, even though maybe in the past you haven't been good, and that's why you filed in the first place. And that's the other reason why I choose Capital One, and the only card I have is a Capital One. I have two of them, but I don't abuse them because I learned my lesson with bankruptcy the first time. And more blogs to come on bankruptcy, because I feel like it's an important thing that a lot of people go through, and they don't know what to expect. And believe me, I've been through it all, so I'll have more blogs in the future. All right, peace out, my fellow YouTubers.